Hello everyone, my name is Anas Ahmed. I'm the group leader of Group 2 for the subject Information Assurance and Security. And today we're going to present to you our risk plan for NICE. So our group members are Madhumita and Tanisha. Next, we'll explain about our introduction and problems of the IT organization will be explained by Tanisha.
I today would like to present the introduction problems of IT organization and also this optimization plan. So for the introduction plan, standard and function represent with this as a key role in IT security. As protects sensitive information and administrator with data. This project aims to assess cybersecurity risk and their common solution, and also identify the most significant risk, evaluate their potential impact, and recommend appropriate mitigation solution after completing a true risk assessment. So moving to the next part, which is problem of IT organization. Cybersecurity system increase the risk of configuration flaws, network and system vulnerability aspects are mainly to cyber threat. Disaster recovery plans are difficult even with backup facilities and high availability.
Now let's dive into 5 cybersecurity risks. First up, cyber attacks. This happen when hackers intentionally target systems to disrupt operations, steal sensitive data, or gain unauthorized access. The damage can be both financial and reputational, definitely not something any organization wants to face. Next is risk of data breach, sometimes due to hacking, other times just human error, where sensitive information can get exposed, leading to privacy violations. Then we have malware and ransomware attacks. Malware sneaks into systems, causing chaos, while ransomware locks up your data and demands payment for release. Next up is DDoS and DOS attacks, are another big threat. So these attacks flood servers or networks with traffic until they crash, making services completely inaccessible. And lastly, we can't forget about phishing attacks. You know, those sneaky emails pretending to be from your IT departments? Yeah, they trick people into giving away passwords or sensitive information.
For us to assess the risk, we first began gathering information from NICE through an interview session. The aim was to compile a potential list that could affect the organization. So from that, we had either, as they're known, there is two risk analysis, which are qualitative and quantitative. So we have used qualitative risk analysis, which is the measure of the probability of occurrence of risk and the impact through the use of relative scale. And once the risks are identified, they are analyzed regarding their potential impact and likelihood of occurrence. So, as I explained, we use qualitative risk analysis. So, therefore, we made two scales so we can use later on for our risk exposure. So, first we have created the likelihood scale, which we have the likelihood values are 0.05, 0.2, 0.6, 0.4, 0.8. So 0.05, which is for rare, 0.2 for unlikely, 0.4 occasionally, 0.6 frequent, 0.8 almost certain. Then for the impact scale, we have from 1 to 5, 1 for minimal, 2 limited, 3 significant, 4 severe, and number 5 is for mysterious. So next, we then rank the top 20 risks that we have identified from the most occur, I can say the most likely risk to occur with the most mysterious consequences would be risk as the first risk, and then the other risks will be under that. So we have then our first three risks, which are cyber attacks, malware, and ransom attacks, and DDoS are the first three risks that needs immediate control by the organization. Next, this is our risk exposure. So this I can say this matrix we have made. For us to calculate the risk, we use the formula of likelihood multiplied by the consequences or the impact. So as I explained earlier, for our scales for both likelihood and consequences, we have the consequences of, for example, the for critical consequences, which has the value of 5, multiply by the value of the almost certain, which is 0.8, which gives the value of 4, and then we have serious consequences multiply the value of almost certain, which is 0.8, which gives the answer of 3.2, and the same was being through for the rest of the to calculate the rest of the matrix. So from this, we will use it to risk to specify the risk level for each risk we have already identified earlier. So then we have shaped each and every risk, so we can so it can be to notice that how this risk is it's important. So if it's red, that means that it's need an immediate control and a need immediate stop. And for the green color here, as you can see here, for the from the 17 to the 20 risk ranking, means it's not that important for example, if the nice organization having an insider threats and at the same time there was a cyber attack, they had to find an immediate control to stop the cyber attack because its risk level is high, and even the risk impact is serious and will affect the the whole operational the distribution for nice. And that's all for our approach for the risk exposure.
Next, I'll be addressing the importance of risk management in cybersecurity and how MMU9s should implement proactive strategies to safeguard its digital infrastructure. The first one is cyber attacks. Cyber threats are constantly evolving, and MMU9s must ensure its defenses are robust. For mitigation plan, the department should implement strongest firewalls, jump hosts, and RBAC access control to secure critical systems. Additionally, IT security awareness training through TNLAN and LinkedIn courses will educate staff on phishing risk. For monitoring, using intrusion detection systems, endpoint detection response, and mainly extended detection and response will help identify anomalies and threats early. Plus, regular security audits should also be performed. Next up is emergency response. If a cyber attack occurs, MMU9s must have a incident response team already. This includes notifying key stakeholders, isolating threats, and restoring system from secure backups to ensure minimal downtime. Now let's move on to malware and ransomware attacks. These attacks can severely disrupt operations and compromise sensitive data. So MMU9s should deploy advanced antivirus solutions, email spam filters, and phishing training to reduce the likelihood of malware infections. And for monitoring plan, implementing endpoint detection and response and continuously analyzing the communication patterns will help detect malware before it spreads. As for the emergency response plan, in case of an infection, affected system must be isolated immediately, and ransomware threats should be thoroughly investigated, and data recovery should rely on secure backups to prevent data loss. Next up is DDoS and DOS attacks. These attacks can overwhelm MMU9's network, leading to downtime and service disruptions. So, to mitigate MMU9s, should implement traffic filtering, firewalls, and partnership with DDoS protection services will help prevent these attacks from impacting operations. As for monitoring plan, traffic analysis tools and automated alerts should be used to detect unusual activity and trigger protective measures. During an attack, harmful traffic should be redirected, and MMU9s can collaborate with ISP for upstream filtering while activating backup servers to maintain operations.
So the next part is about risk management plan. The first one is about zero-day vulnerabilities. For the mitigation part, we multiple defense mechanisms which incorporate firewalls together with interaction prevention to assist them to create and protective behavior. For monitoring part, tools that perform behavior analytics need to recognize threat hunting activities will confirm if the detection target represent exploitation activities. And for response time, preventive system must receive immediate installation as an escalation. The organization should establish temporary mechanism to render provide official updates. Next one is about unpaid software and system. Configuration part set up an automatic patch management to ensure that software and firmware are regularly updated. For monitoring part, utilize tools to monitor for new vulnerability and track the potential of the system. And for the response part, keep patch numbers set to avoid system failure. The next one is about lack of network connection. For mitigation apps, when everyone should create firewalls, flags, and the zero trust architecture, we also can set NCRS on switches and router to do traffic. And monitoring for DPS to detect malicious activity within software. And lastly, for response that has a backup infrastructure, emergency configuration, and regular policy review.